Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to my channel. So it has been a minute since I've done a vlog, so welcome back to another vlog. It is Thursday and it is May 21st and we are still in the house. I know some states are starting to like lift their like shelter plans and all of that, but I'm in California and yeah, we're still sheltered in. I wouldn't say I was in a funk, but I don't know, the last couple of weeks I just kind of felt off, and yeah, I just kind of felt off. I've been trying to get back into being productive. I tell you guys all the time, I'm a very structured person. I've been trying to create that structured routine again. Yeah, I just felt like the days were just starting to blur into like one long day, and it was just like the same thing over and over. And so yeah, I had to get myself together. But I woke up this morning. Well, what I ended up doing, I had to go into the office yesterday, and so I got me a calendar that you guys see right there. It's not really aesthetically pleasing. I needed something where I could like plan out my days and where it was like visible. So I do have like actual planners, but I haven't really been using them often. And so yeah, I just needed something like big in my face where I can write out things to do for the day and use that to kind of structure my day. Yeah, so far I've already knocked 2 things off of my list today. Yeah, so one of the things I had on my list was to do some studying. In the clip before this, you guys see me reading. I wanted to read some of my Bible lesson and do some journaling, so I did that. And let me tell y'all, the word of God is just always like right on time and spot on. So I was reading the book of Isaiah chapter 59 today, and so the chapter starts off, "Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, nor is his ear heavy that it cannot hear." And if you are a believer, I definitely encourage you to go read that entire passage. But basically, like, the passage starts off saying how sometimes we can minimize what God is able to do because he's not doing certain things for us, so therefore we feel like he's not listening, or that he's not hearing our pleas or hearing our prayers, and he's just not blessing us because he can't. It's like, no, that's really not, like, his works are still impossible. Like, he still has infinite power, but what happens is that our sin and our transgressions puts up a wall and divides us and separates us from God. So sometimes it may not be that it doesn't mean that he doesn't want to bless us, but sometimes it's something we're doing on our end. And I feel like a lot of people look at sin as, you know, people like to what's the word I'm looking for? People like to create a hierarchy of sin, but at the end of the day, sin is sin, and sin is just simply not doing what God told you to do, right? So I feel like a lot of us, we can be in a situation where we're like, well, I'm not a murderer, I'm not a thief, I'm not an adulterer, so therefore I'm a good Christian, and why isn't God hearing me, or why isn't God doing these things for me? And it's like, yeah, you may not be those things, but it may not be that you're doing wrong. It could just also be that you're not doing right. Because a lot of us, we like to play the middle ground. We like to stay in that lukewarm area. So it's like we're not overtly sinning, but then there's a lot of things that God has told us to do that others may not have heard, but we know for a fact that it was something that God told us to do. And for whatever reason, we put it off. You know, we put it on the back burner. We don't prioritize it. Therefore, even though it's not considered a big sin, it's still disobedience in doing and not doing what God told you to do. And yeah, I just had like a really reflective morning, and you know, just thinking of areas where I haven't been completely showing up, because like I said, I've been not necessarily in a funk, but in general, like none of us have lived through a pandemic before. This is new to all of us, and I don't think anyone planned for our 2020 to go the way that it's going. And so I was feeling a little defeated. Like I had big plans for this year, things that I wanted to do, like what's about to happen. Like nothing that I wanted to happen is happening, and so it can be frustrating. And so I'm so happy that I came across that passage, because like I said, it may not be that we're doing something wrong, but it definitely requires you to take a inward look and see like, what areas can I fix? Even like with this whole pandemic, a lot of us started was like, oh, we made commitments, and a lot of us haven't kept those commitments that we made. You know, like when the pandemic first started, we're like, oh, we have all this infinite time. I'm going to be doing XYZ. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to get this together. I'm going to save money. I'm going to get in shape. And no, we still on Amazon spending money. We still in the house eating and drinking all day long. And we make these small commitments, and that we don't honor our word. And so because of that, our actions are not in line with God, because if God created us in his image, and God cannot lie, and God's words hold value, but when we look at ourselves, if we're a reflection of him and we're lying, or our words hold no value, then that falls into line with sin. And so yeah, I definitely encourage you guys to go read Isaiah 59. And then in the later part, this garbage truck is outside making so much noise. But yeah, then in the latter part of chapter 59, it also talks about like, even when you do right, you're still going to be considered prey in the enemy's eyes. So at the same time, like, you want to do right, but just know that even when you do right, stuff is not always going to go the way that you have planned. But that's not a sign to feel discouraged, because God knows that he also sent us a redeemer. And through his redeemer, he extended his salvation and his grace. And so even when it's not going good, and even when you're doing right and things still aren't going good, and you know that you've done the personal inventory and you're in line, and you're, you know, you're turning away from evil and doing what's right in God's eyes, if you know that and things still aren't going right, just know that you also have a redeemer, and that God has extended his salvation, and that it's already fixed. The battle is already won, so you don't have to worry. Just keep doing what you're supposed to do. And so that's my little sermon for y'all today, because like I told you, like I was not, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it these last couple of weeks, and I really needed that word. And it's crazy because as I talk, I haven't been in my word. I haven't been doing my daily affirmations. I haven't been doing any of that. I've just kind of completely fallen off of my routine. And so yeah, it was just a check that I needed to get back in alignment with the things that I say I want, things that I say I want to do, and the things that I've been doing, to kind of keep the good energy flowing, because I did kind of get off a little bit. But yeah, it's good. Even if you do fall off, like, just get right back on and pick up where you left off and keep it pushing. My camera is stressing me out with this focus today. I'm also considering creating another channel specifically towards, like, if you guys have seen my tea talk videos, like my chit chat, self-love, girl talk, even like the stuff I was just talking about in this quick little Bible study we just had right now, I kind of want to create a channel just dedicated to that type of content, because I feel like my channel is a little all over the place, which I'm not mad at, because everything that I put out on my channel, everything you guys see, is a reflection of things that I actually like. I enjoy doing all of that content, but I know that people might watch me for different things. So I'm thinking about creating a separate channel specifically geared towards like these chit chatty videos, and just discussing like real life and how to show up in real life, because that's a real thing. I'm considering doing that and like re-uploading all of those kind of videos and content over there, and then kind of keeping this channel more for like hair and vlogs and stuff. I don't know. I got time to figure it out. Okay, I need to fix my camera.